Hey everyone, make sure you're following us on Instagram. Hike to Hunt has given us tickets to give away, and the contest is live as we speak. Go on over to our profile at BowhuntingAZ and look for the post that says Shoot Your Bow in big green letters. The rules to enter are in the description, and the drawing for the tickets will be on Sunday afternoon, October 27th. While you're following us on Instagram, hit the notifications button and turn it on so you stay up to date on our posts. BowhuntingAZ is giving away free hunting gear and merch in the form of a good old-fashioned scavenger hunt. Watch for the posts announcing the scavenger hunt packages, then view our Instagram stories where we will post trivia questions. Once those questions are answered properly, you'll receive a waypoint that will place you within 200 yards of the hidden item. They're not in plain sight, so ready your tracking skills. Bring the family out with you and have some fun. But you got to get there quick. It's on a first come, first serve basis. Once you find the package, take a photo and send it to us, then follow the instructions on the back. We'll be dropping a few very soon, so stay tuned and good luck. BowhuntingAZ is doing a limited run of a sweet new multicam flex fit hat. Represent your love for being an Arizona bow hunter by ordering this awesome multicam hat that showcases the BowhuntingAZ logo embroidered on the front. There's currently only 6 hats left, so head on over to BowhuntingAZ.com and order yours today. Hey everyone, if you have an elk tag this season or are helping a friend out by calling for them, then you need to go check out and order these new custom BowhuntingAZ elk calls. These custom reeds are by the brand we all know and trust, Native by Carlton. Each call showcases the custom BowhuntingAZ logo as well as the new Elk Series logo. Their Rip It series of calls bring quality sound and pure domination to the playing field. Offered at only $11 each, you couldn't ask for a better offer. Order yours today while supplies last. There is a limited quantity, so don't wait. www.bowhuntingaz.com. Hey guys, head on over to Facebook and search for the group BowhuntingAZ. That's the group, not the Facebook page itself. Answer a couple simple questions and hit join. I created this group in hopes of generating online mentorship for new and upcoming hunters. This is a place where there are no stupid questions. We want to help you grow and mature in your hunting journey. We're not giving out locations and we're not giving out honey holes, but my goal is to allow for education without barriers or fear of ridicule for simply not knowing. So jump on in and join the group. I'll see you there. Hunting might have its seasons, but prepping for it is year-round. The mountain commands our best effort and sacrifice. Reach your peak performance with Dark Mountain supplements. Their quality proteins, recovery, and Kodiak pre-workout are a surefire way to dominate in the gym and in the woods. Use promo code Give It a Shot 30 and accelerate your journey to defeating your Dark Mountain. I'd also like to thank Rax. Rax is hands down the coolest bow hangers on the market. Display your bow with pride in your house, your garage, or anywhere you'd like. They carry most major bow brands while also offering a custom service if you have an idea or logo of your own that you'd like to make into a bow hanger. Use them to display your traditional bow, compound bow, or crossbow. They also work great for hanging your hunting gear, bags, or hats. Not to mention, the designs look just plain awesome all by themselves. A Rax hanger makes for a great gift for that special hunter in your life. Go to raxinc.com. That's RAXXINC.com to see some of the available designs or contact Rax to discuss a custom hanger of your own. If you'd like to see how sick their custom hangers are, go check out my Instagram feed. For listeners of the BowhuntingAZ Podcast, use the promo code PODCAST and get 15% off your order. Rax, show off your passion. Open Country Optics. Open Country Optics is your #1 online source for optics and optics rentals. With quality Swarovski glass before your eyes, Open Country Optics brings the game closer. Rentals include a tripod, binos, and you can even add on a phone scope or foldable chair to glass from. All of the optics arrive in a durable Pelican case with insulated foam. You won't find any other company who provides you an all-inclusive package like Open Country Optics. Visit them today at opencountryoptics.com. Use promo code BHAZ and get 5% off rentals or $50 off any optics purchase. Open Country Optics, bringing the game closer. Scent Assassin. Scent Assassin, the new leader in scent elimination. Scent Assassin manufactures the latest technology in scent elimination spray, body wash, and laundry detergent. Forget the wind, hunt anywhere, anytime. Check out their full product line at scentassassin.com. Use promo code BowhuntingAZ for 20% off your order. Welcome to another episode of the BowhuntingAZ Podcast. In today's episode, I'm super pumped to be interviewing Jay Levine and Phil Hantel of the Hike to Hunt Archery Challenge. The Hike to Hunt Challenge will be hosted here in Arizona this November 1st to the 3rd. BowhuntingAZ will be in attendance on the 3rd, so come on out and shoot with us. I'll let Jay and Phil handle explaining what the Hike to Hunt Challenge is, so let's go ahead and jump on into today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the BowhuntingAZ Podcast. Today I'm here in the Cabelas trophy room and I'm interviewing Jay Levine and Phil Hantel. And they both run and operate the Hike to Hunt Archery Challenge. Hike to Hunt is an event that I've really been looking forward to, and the style of the event particularly is what I've wanted to see come to Arizona for a while now. So after seeing other events like Total Archery Challenge and things like that, it's been something that I've really wanted to see integrated into our community because we haven't really seen anything here in the Southwest. Phil and Jay, welcome to BowhuntingAZ.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. As always, I wanted to help listeners get to know you guys a little bit better and talk a little bit about your personal hunting stuff too. How originally did you guys get into hunting? Who introduced you and kind of mentored you along the way?
I guess I get to go first. So I guess it's probably like everybody. My father did,
Okay.
And he was a hunter, and we had some property outside in northern New Mexico, and so we hunted grouse and deer and elk and stuff like that. And then I went to college and found girls and cars and stuff, so I didn't do it so much after that. And then when I moved to Louisiana to be a lawyer, the firm down there, you go to the deer camp instead of going to the golf course for client development stuff, and so I took it back up then and hunted deer and all the other stuff you hunt down in Louisiana, like alligators and that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. Yeah.
Awesome. Jay?
I guess similar. Dad got me into the first thing I guess we ever hunted was a coyote in the backyard that was just causing issues with our dogs and the neighbors' chickens, and hunted game and fish and got a nuisance animal permit, and I guess that would be the very first hunt that I was ever on.
Awesome, man.
8 or 9 years old.
What was your very first harvest, I guess, for you, Coyote? Phil, tell us a little bit about the journey or trip leading up to that harvest, too.
I think my first harvest is probably a squirrel with a BB gun on the property that we had in New Mexico, and I spent a lot of time, it was like a Red Ryder BB gun, so you really had to put the BB in the head, and that was my first. And then I shot a lot of grouse and stuff like that, and then shot a deer off of horseback. So
nice.
I wasn't actually on the horse when I shot it, but we hunted off of horseback, so it's a little bit different than what you do down here.
That's cool.
It's that.
Over the years, have you guys been primarily rifle or archery hunters when you started off?
Starting off rifle. Again with that.
Yeah, I started off rifle, hunted a lot in Louisiana with a handgun.
Okay.
My dad was really kind of anti-archery because of the suffering aspect of it.
Sure.
I mean, it's with a gun, it's a lot easier to turn the lights out instantly, or and that sort of thing. And he was never a big archer, so I don't know that there was an understanding. I think that's one of the huge things with archery is there's sort of a lack of understanding of how that all goes.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and then I taken it up since, and I shot a bow off and on, even as a young kid, So it's always been fun.
Yeah. Do you guys have any dream hunts?
Anything in Alaska?
Yeah.
All of it?
Sure.
Up there.
Yeah, same for me. I think the Dall sheep up in Alaska or something, or stone sheep, because the hunt is so hard, and that's kind of what we get at with Hike to Hunt, right, is the physical challenge of it, not just hunting off a road out of a truck.
Right.
It's like doing that challenge to yourself to get out there and walk a long ways and deal with all the stuff that happens and weather and stuff like that. So yeah, it's one of the hardest hunts you can have for sure.
Absolutely. So sort of transitioning to the Hike to Hunt Archery Challenge, how many years have you both been shooting archery?
Shooting a bow has been a long time. Like 3D shooting and stuff like this, 4 or 5 years, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Like I did, I think we both shot a bow as a kid, right?
Yeah.
And then it comes and goes depending on what's happening in your life and where you're living,
Yep.
Because I lived in Louisiana in New Orleans, not far from Bourbon Street, so there wasn't a lot of bow shooting down there. So.
Do you guys ever shoot the courses personally?
We try to shoot them all, sort of the day before, both just so we can actually shoot our own really fun 3D course.
Yeah.
And also to make sure that each of those targets are fun, challenging, and if it's something we would want to shoot, most likely it's something somebody else would want to shoot. So yeah, that's the point.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. How long have you been doing the Hike to Hunt Archery Challenge for?
Officially, I guess this is our second year of doing it. With some growth coming up, we're still going.
Yeah, absolutely. What was kind of the genesis behind the whole idea? Like, what was the initial spark that you guys are like, hey, we're going to start up this challenge?
I guess initially.
Or at a similar event,
yeah.
And it was something like we both started taking up archery again more seriously as a recreation to get away from the retail business we're in. And I stumbled across a similar event in Texas, and I was like, wow, look at this. It's going to be really fun. Let's go out there and have fun doing it. And then I think it sort of started as, hey, we should get some 3D targets and go find some land and invite some friends and just set up something really quick. And then, of course, that sort of blossomed into what we have now, and actually trying to put on events for others and that sort of thing. So I think that's cool. It exposes it allows everybody to come do it, right, rather than just the people we know. So
Right. Has it been difficult along the way getting an event like this off the ground and running and stuff? Kind of the snowball effect.
Just logistics to get it all working. Obviously, there's a cost in buying a ton of targets, and finding the venues is a big one. On who's going to let you bring 500 people out to their land and shoot a bow for 3 days. I guess that's been the bigger of the hurdles, but overall, I guess when you see the participants come through and everyone's happy and they're talking about the shot selection and they're talking about the courses and they're talking about the event and everything they got to do, and everybody is just so excited and so happy about what happened, it makes it worthwhile to say, let's do it bigger and better on the next one and just keep going. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
We both enjoyed it quite a bit on getting us to where we're at.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I had seen it a while ago, and I'm excited to see it grow and especially to be able to participate this year and everything and be there in November. So over the years, how has this whole thing developed and changed? And then where do you see the Hike to Hunt Challenge going in the future? What are some unique things that you guys would like to do to kind of differ yourselves?
Well, I guess it's evolved from, like we said, a small time. We sort of set up base camp at group camp on the Forest Service, pick one for an open weekend, and just get a small time Forest Service permit to use the land that was adjacent to group camp and go hike out some targets and invite some people, and sort of max out at 100 people, based on what the permit will let you in parking out there. And we've evolved obviously into much bigger venues, and evolving into even further bigger venues and out of state coming up for 2020. We'll have some announcements pretty soon with some contracts that are in the works, and
Nice.
Big ones.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Heck yeah, man. I'm excited to hear about those.
I think it's going to be the ski hill thing too, which I think lots of people look at as, just being in those locations where it's a little bit more tourist friendly and stuff like that. You can bring the family, and they, even if they don't shoot hay, you can have, the big ski town or whatever it is. It's got all the other stuff in the summer and get out of the heat, right? That's a huge thing, and stuff like that. But those, again, the logistics of trying to figure all that out and get it so that it's cost effective for everybody is huge. But we're getting there. We're making some progress, and we're getting some good receptions and stuff like that.
Perfect. Absolutely. Break down the entirety of the Hike to Hunt Challenge. So how many days, how many courses, and what is involved physically? Can you kind of cover the whole of it?
Yeah, so it's 3 days. They're always Friday, Saturday, Sunday. At the moment, we do 3 courses. We're looking at some point at adding a 4th. They range from around 20 targets, give or take a couple more, sometimes a couple less, depending on the length of the course. But usually 20, 21 targets would be the average for a course. The walking short course is usually about 2.5 miles. The long course starts to push 3.5, almost 4. And the whole point is you're hiking over real terrain that you'd encounter on a hunt. So it's not just a flat dirt road that you're walking on. You're going to be walking through the woods, up and over rock ledges, hopefully shooting from rock ledges, in between trees, all that, But physically, that's the point. You're supposed to walk a few miles, have a good time, get your heart going, and it's what you would actually encounter if you're going and trying to get a deer, trying to tag an elk. You know, you're not necessarily always just going to be staying in one place.
Right.
So it's supposed to simulate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, some of the rock ledge stuff is what gets me really excited. I definitely like to see some of the shots where you're, you know, threading the needle and everything like that. Those are cool too.
You have plenty.
Yeah, hey, I'm excited.
And the other thing is we really have improved our range since that time. So there'll be 3D targets on a range.
Okay.
We've seen like that's been pretty popular. Is that people all like shoot a course. And then hang out at the range and be able to shoot the targets repeatedly. You know, I mean, that's the thing is that, and I think the range will go up to 100 yards. So I mean, that's another thing that we see a lot of is people want that extreme distance, something you never really take a shot at hunting at, or most people probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
But you get to do it on a foam animal, and you hit them in the leg.
Yeah.
And so that's really it. Is assessing your ability to hunt and shoot under pressure, because when you're threading the needle at something that's 60, 70 yards, certainly that I would hope simulates a little bit of the excitement you get when you see an animal that you're trying to harvest. So that's kind of the thing.
Absolutely, and it's nice to be able to shoot something other than just a square block, and to have the full figure of the animal there and everything in front of you. It's nice to be able to do that, because then that really helps you get a sense of what you're able to do and everything.
And then sorry to interrupt, I think the final thing that we've done this time that I think is going to be really good is we got a lot of sponsors that are coming out, and they're listed on the website. So there'll be a vendor mall, as it were, and that's something that we haven't had in the past particularly. So that's going to be really fun. So it's going to be a little bit more of a festival atmosphere in the sense that there'll be other stuff to do rather than just shoot and go home, right? So, and you get to meet reps and people that make stuff in the bow industry and calls and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so that'll be a lot of fun for people too, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And who are some of the guys that you're going to have out there? Some of your sponsors and everything. Give a shout out.
Cabelas obviously is a big one.
Yep.
Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls, BowhuntingAZ. I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch. HHA,
Reinhardt.
Canyon Coolers,
Train to Hunt.
There you go.
A whole slew of them. A lot of those have been on even from the beginning. Like HHA has been with us since we've been tiny.
Okay.
50 people coming out to an event.
Yeah.
They've been sponsoring us, sending us sites to give away at raffles and other stuff.
That's cool.
It's been great to see some of these people sign up when we were really small. And obviously now you're a lot bigger and you get Cabelas to come calling, but it's nice to still have a lot of those smaller people to be out there and doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of gear and clothes do people usually wear for an event like this? Sometimes you get some people that are like, oh, just wear jeans and stuff like that, but then you get the people that are hardcore that wear a full pack and camo and all that. So what do you see kind of in this event?
All of it.
All of it?
We've got everyone from the guys still wearing tennis shoes and jeans, like you said, and they're out there and they're drilling it and they're having a good time, to some of those more hardcore guys that are legit trying to prepare for a hunt.
That's me.
And they're out there perfect.
I got
face camo.
I've got the bino harness. I won't do the camo, but I'll do the bino harness, and I'll have my actual hunting gear and everything and all that stuff. So.
There's plenty of them that are in full gear as much as they want. Like I said, some go all the way to face camo.
Wow.
And go out there, foam elk.
Yeah.
They might see you.
Hey. Tell us a little bit about the types of targets that we can expect to see. What types of shooting scenarios? We kind of did some about threading the needle and stuff, but what other scenarios we might see them in? And then can you talk details on your shortest shot to your longest shot, and then the most difficult shot?
They're all Reinhardt targets. I guess that's another sponsor, Reinhardt. So all of our targets are Reinhardt targets. They're all professional targets. You're going to see everything from big game, elk, bison, all the way down to small stuff like a badger, coyote, everything. And everything in between.
Yeah.
Plenty of different deer. Some of them are sort of dynamic situations. You'll have fighting deer. You got two of them, two bucks that are fighting against each other. And everything in between. Again, like you said, the terrain plays a huge part in how we set things up. There's plenty of the hindquarters are hidden behind a big tree. Sometimes you got to take a knee, because there is more of an overhanging tree that's right above you.
Yeah.
It's as realistic as we can make it.
Perfect.
And shortest and longest, go ahead. It's his favorite part, setting up the diabolical 125-yard shots.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I mean, I think that's it. So we'll have some small ones. We'll have some small targets at a good range. So, hitting a rabbit at 60 yards that's tough, right?
Yeah,
And it makes you think about it. And then, and I mean, obviously everybody wants that giant target at a long way. So I think, we kind of are again, terrain dictates it, and I think that's, we try to do a different course every time in the sense that you're not like, well, I went to it last year and it's the exact same shot, right?
Yeah.
We try to improve it because we learn the land and all that sort of stuff the more we do it at a location, right? And that's it. And so, like 120, 130 is probably where we're at on a bigger target and stuff like that. And then we try to make it challenging with a smaller target. It's not 100 yards, but still at 60 yards, that's a little bitty thing to hit.
Yeah.
And so you kind of do it that way. And of course, threading it through the needle. And we do a little bit of the putt-putt golf thing where it's one of those things where there's a really small window.
Yep.
A little real small window to hit whatever it is, and so that's a lot of fun too, and that. So yeah,
that's awesome.
I should mention real quick, you can always walk up on a target. So there's plenty of people that aren't comfortable shooting a 120-yard elk. There's plenty that will send 4 arrows at it and keep trying. But if you don't want to shoot that, or you shoot a 40-pound bow, or like I have a 7-year-old who's going to shoot, obviously the arrow's not going 120 yards.
Sure.
Although he thinks it is.
He'll try, I'm sure.
He'll try. Trust me, he'll try. You can always walk up on a target. What we found early on was if you'd set up a bunch of 60, 70, 80-yard, which you think is a long shot, people would still walk it back and try to shoot that from 110.
Okay.
Everyone wants that really long shot.
Sure.
And so we have one of our courses, the HHA course. It's sort of designated that long range course. So it has a lot of 70, 80, 110. So we made them safe to shoot 110. Do it as you wish. But if you're not comfortable with that or just not capable of that, you can always walk up as close as you want to where you're comfortable, shoot it, and then move on to the next target.
Okay, perfect. Can you cover some of the novelty shots for us that you have and how shooters can win prizes and stuff through that?
So there's 3 cones that are set up. There's an A cone, a B cone, and a C cone, and that will designate what you're shooting for out there.
Okay.
There's a couple of metal targets that are not very forgiving if you hit them, but you're winning the bigger and better prizes with those. PSE, another recent sponsor of ours, is sending us a really nice bow for some raffle prizes.
Okay.
That's the kind of stuff you'll get off of the metal targets. But it's like a 12 ring from 100 yards.
Yeah.
And if you miss, you're not getting your arrow back.
Right.
So take a chance.
In pieces.
There's a couple of foam targets out there, and you're shooting for different things: t-shirts, raffle tickets, and those raffle tickets will be everything from bows to elk calls, deer calls, t-shirts. We got all kinds of stuff in the pot for raffles. But that part's pretty simple. You shoot for what you want, take whatever chance you want. Some of them are relatively easy, like the foam one, obviously a little more forgiving. If you don't get it to where you're going to get a raffle ticket, at least you get your arrow back.
Yep.
So.
Yep. What pieces of equipment would you say are mandatory for an event like this? Don't come, well,
a bow.
Still come, but yeah, it's something.
Some arrows.
A couple arrows.
Okay.
Rangefinder. I mean, that's super helpful.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff. Obviously good footwear, that sort of thing. All the stuff that you depend, like I think that we're, certainly we face a chance in November of getting some snow up there and stuff like that. And so that'll be a great opportunity for people that are doing cold weather hunting to try out that cold weather hunting gear and make sure that that's going to work. There isn't string interference or whatever with coats and jackets and that sort of stuff.
So
water,
come prepared, probably layers, definitely.
And all that sort of stuff. It can get windy up there, so you get to shoot in the wind. And and again, it's how you do it if you have to go out on your hunt, that you paid a bunch of money for. So that's what we try to do and bring that pressure to it so you can practice it 60 times in a day if you'd like, and that's really it. So
what about water? Is water readily available? Is there stations, or should somebody just bring a Camelback? Would that be better for them?
Bring a Camelback.
Okay.
I mean, everything that you would bring to either a hike or on a hunt.
Okay.
Bring that. There is water available at the sort of the check-in area, the lodge, but there are no water stations out on the course.
Okay, good to know.
So, but they all sort of start and end in the same spot. So when you end one course, you can always refill your Camelback and then move on to another course. They're not too far apart for the start and the finish.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. What type of physical involvement should an attendee expect? How much hiking is usually involved? If you're going to do one course, how long would it be? If you're going to do all the courses, how much would it be?
It sort of depends on your physical ability.
Okay.
So, I mean, we could hike a 3-mile course relatively quick, but we're also only shooting in a group of 2.
Okay.
So when we go and shoot it, a group of 4 or 5 might take a little bit longer, obviously, just to cycle through all the shooters.
Yeah.
So it's a little dependent on that and which course you're choosing. So, if you're choosing the long course and you miss a bunch of shots and you're looking for arrows, it might take you an extra hour for a group of 4 between cycling through and looking for arrows. Take an hour longer than a group of 2 that would go through that same course. And it depends how fast you hike. So that's part of it. It's not just a flat road. You're not just hiking 3 miles on the road. You're hiking through the woods, which slows you down some. There's some uphills, some downhill, and that's the point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's down timber and all that sort of stuff that you're stepping over, which is incredibly exhausting, especially when you're carrying animals in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we're like 3 miles for the shortest course.
Okay.
4 miles for the longest course, and the one in between. So if mass serves, you're probably a 10-mile day to do them all, not including all the commuting and stuff and finding arrows and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a big day for sure if you're gonna shoot all of them. And there's a few people that do it. Most people shoot 1 or 2, and then obviously we have other stuff to do. So it's easy to grab some lunch and all that sort of stuff, and or snacks at the truck or whatever. We're not providing food, so that's something they have to do. But yeah,
right. What type of event is this? Are you scoring this, or is it simply just to elevate your real world hunting levels?
It's to elevate your real world hunting levels, right? One of the things that I really liked about some of the other events that you take is that, hey, you can challenge yourself as much as you want, and there isn't somebody, there is no performance other than, what, foam is foam, is like what we always say. You're out there for the hike. And one of the events we went to, it was right after the big hurricane that hit Houston. Okay. And there was a father and son out there shooting the thing and their house was completely wrecked, but they were spending that time together. And, that's kind of what inspired this a little bit was, hey, you can bring your wife, you can bring your kid, and there is no, super amount of pressure on it. You can walk up on the thing and we're all there to have a good time. And I think that taking scoring out of it makes that way more accessible to people, because there isn't, there's nobody knows, and if you certainly want to, we see people that compete shooting for beers afterwards and stuff like that, and we do provide a scorecard if that's what you choose to do, but there isn't any prize given because of that or any of that sort of stuff. The raffle's open to everybody, the smoker shoots open to everybody, and that sort of stuff. And so that's what we wanted to do, is really embrace like bonding and the experience of having that doesn't involve, hey, you shot this or you shot that 10 ring or that sort of thing. And sometimes, shots may not be all that fair, and that's not what you get out there when you're really hunting. And so I can certainly see some complaining, in the target world with how we set stuff up. Okay. And that's not it. This is supposed to simulate that hunting and that sort of thing. And
I like that. I like that aspect of it a lot.
And so that's really what we want, is we want everybody to come out, have a good time, see the vendors, hang out, shoot the range, go on a walk. And spend time with the family and the friends, and talk about the arrow you broke sitting around the campfire that night, right? And then I think that's what we see, is people really are like, wow, that was amazing. Did you see that? I mean, I know we were shooting an event and he broke his arrow on a tree, but part of the arrow actually stuck, I think, in the points on the animal. So, you get that sort of,
with no back end of the arrow. The whole back end was gone.
Wow.
So you get that sort of thing, and it's like that's a cool thing that you remember, and it's that experience that you'll take home with you and that sort of stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. Can you cover the pricing for us? So when is the registration deadline as well?
So it's $40 for 1 day for an adult, $30 for a youth, $10 for a non-shooter. The pricing gets better if you choose a 2-day or 3-day. The registration deadline for that pricing is up to 2 days before the event, and then it goes up a little bit when you actually register at the event.
Okay. So even if somebody misses it, you can still come to the event the day of and still shoot.
Come to the event. Okay. Some of the time slots might be sold out when you show up. Sure. And we'll work with you and we'll get you out there and shoot it.
Good to know. Is this a rain or shine event? Weather?
So it's hunting.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
Good.
There's a little bit of snow. You're on a deer hunt in November.
Sure.
You might see some snow. So that's the whole point.
And we have some dull sheep targets that we can put in the snow, so it'll be just like hunting in Alaska, I swear.
Right? Hey, that's fun though too, because the last 3D event that I did, it was pouring rain, and it was cool. It was fun to shoot because it's cool to see like the water explode off your bow when you shoot when it's wet. But it was fun too because just because it's raining doesn't mean I'm gonna stop hunting. So
that's the point.
Yeah, exactly. Where will November's shoot be located, and is there camping or lodging nearby for people that attend?
It's at the Arizona Nordic Village. Most people think that's near Snow Bowl. You're going to pass the Snow Bowl turn, and it's another 7 or 8 miles or so up the road. There is some camping still left available at the facility itself. You'd have to call the Nordic Village directly. Their phone number is on our website, or you can Google it. Otherwise, normal dispersed camping rules apply in Flagstaff. do what you like. And then obviously City of Flagstaff has a ton of lodging if you're into the Residence Inn or wherever, the Sheridan, have at it.
Right. I'll just open it up to you guys. Any final thoughts or anything that you guys want to say?
I mean, we're excited to just keep having the shoot go on and see not only a ton of people that return from the last one, but they either bring new people, the expectations they had based on other 3D shoots they have are completely crushed.
Yeah.
And they have better, awesome experiences than they expected. And I mean, that obviously means we did something right, that, you know, they enjoyed it that much and they come back, they tell their friends, and we see a lot of new people coming out. Like I said, expanding for 2020, there's been a lot of venues that are very receptive to it. We're really happy to have an event like this come out there. And we're obviously really happy to not only have them as venue partners, but now get to reach a whole bunch of new shooters and new areas and make new friends. And we get a lot of people that we're hoping are going to travel in between them and you know, sort of meet each other as well. And it's a cool community. Just the archery community as a whole is actually a really good community.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to Cabelas today for letting us utilize the trophy room here. This is always a cool place to podcast in. Couldn't ask for a better setting. Cabelas is also a sponsor, like you guys said, of Hike to Hunt Archery Challenge. So thanks to them for supporting such an awesome event. And thanks to all the other sponsors that have jumped on board with you guys. I'm glad this is something that's come to fruition and been made possible. So thanks so much, guys, for joining us on the BowhuntingAZ Podcast. And we'll see you at the shoot.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Jake and I hope to see you at the shoot. We'll be up for the day on Sunday, November 3rd. Stop by the Open Country Optics booth and grab some BowhuntingAZ merch and say hi. We'll be trying to shoot the courses throughout the day, and we'll post times on our Instagram if you want to try and shoot with us. Let's get out there and show our support for these guys. The more support we give them, the more events we'll have from them. That's hiketohunt.com. Also, make sure to tune in to the next episode of the BowhuntingAZ Podcast, as Jake and I will cover our early archery elk hunt in a day-by-day breakdown. We'll go over every detail of the ups and downs, as well as our takeaways, gear reviews, and must-have skills from a 10-day elk hunt. I can't wait to share our experiences with you. This is going to be a truly awesome episode that you will not want to miss. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, smash those 5 stars for us, and please leave a little review. It'll really help us out. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.